All right, another week, another no shade. I wish we had more to report on, so we're just going to talk about each other's lives and feelings. Joe, what's going on in deep down?
Hey everybody. So if I pull out my little black notebook no, I'm kidding. Things are going good. Like we talked about last week, this month is absolutely flying. Got more basketball in our lives with the NBA season going. So been watching a bunch of those games, which I don't know how close you've been following scores and stats as well, but we've had double overtime games. We've had people score 50. We've had a couple guys score 40. Like it's just kind of been a crazy, reminder of how much talent is actually in the NBA. So I can never get enough basketball. It's back, it's on every night, and I'm an addict. I admit it. So it's one of the things that I love doing is watching basketball. So I am quite the happy camper this week.
Yeah, the MNBA is back, and the MVP race is already done. SGA's got it locked up. Apparently, he's got like 150 points already in 2 double overtime games. I don't know, but yeah. It's another week's gone by in the off season, and the only news that we can talk about is some coaching hires. One of the two um, expansion teams has locked in their head coach, and one of the 3 teams that fired their head or didn't bring back their head coach has filled in with a college hire. Joe, why don't you bring us up to speed on who brought in who?
Yeah, so the we'll start with the Dallas Wings. In a more unexpected news of who they're hiring, it's interesting where when the NBA coaches get fired or let go, there's like immediately, oh, we're looking at this person, we're looking at that person, we're interviewing 10 people. The public information is not like that accessible right now when it comes to the coaches, so you never really know who's out there. We had kind of connected Sandy Brondello maybe as an option to take over in Dallas, and um, we thought, oh, young rising star in Page, they're going to rebuild that roster, try to improve it. They have the number 1 pick this upcoming season. So we thought that was going to be a spot. Turns out, no. So they hired Jose Fernandez, who I had to do a little bit of research on, but he is the longtime coach of the USF girls basketball team. Been there for over 25 years, or
Jeez.
this would have been his 25th year.
As the head coach,
We're bringing in a head coach with a lot of experience here to the W,
you got the record.
um, which is something you want to see. Overall record,
Yeah, for 25 years at one college,
I just had it.
it's got to be like over thousand wins, right?
No, 485 and 317. Because remember,
45.
USF is like I don't want to say mid-major, but they're like a lower Power 5 conference team. They're
Wait,
in the
he's 45 and 317.
No, 485
Oh,
and
okay.
317. Oh no, he's got the
He's 100 wins over 500. Okay. I mean,
yeah. So
I thought he would dominate that mid major. I thought he was.
well, I mean, just looking at the records, so his first season was 2000. So they were 4-24 when he took over. Then it was 14-13, 7-20. And then he went 14-15 one more year. After that, pretty much every season outside of 2, he's had at least 16 wins for a program. So like USF is always one of those teams that's like in the NCAA tournament, or they're like one of the first teams in the NIT. Like, even the last we look at since the pandemic, right? So let's call it the 2019-2020 season where they didn't have the March Madness. They were 19-13. Then they went 19-4, then 24-9, 27-7, 19-14, 23-11.
Yeah.
So like, and in their conference, they were pretty good. So I mean, you have a lot of wins. A lot. I mean, let's call it 320 and 490. So like 810. Don't correct my math and everybody because it's not my strong suit. But like we're talking over 900 games head coaching experience in women's basketball. Now, we've seen a couple other college coaches in the past couple seasons make the jump. Atlanta Dream, their head coach. Oh God, why can't I remember anyone's
Ivins?
name? No, that's the
That's
Phoenix.
Mercury.
Yeah.
Um,
Why can't I remember anyone's
it's
names?
oh my god, I'm
Tough.
so bad with coaches. Coach. It's of course when you just type in dream coach, nothing comes up. Carl Smesco.
Smesko, thank you. So we've seen him come over
That's
to the
a
league
neat
and have
one
some big
too.
time success. Sidney Johnson in his first season coming from the college. Yes, he was on the boys' side in college or the men's side, but like still coming from the college side. So it's I like seeing some of these coaches who have had success rebuilding programs and keeping a same pedigree. He's also got a couple of championships with the as an assistant coach for the U18 and U19 Olympic teams. So he has some international pedigree as well. And a couple more of his accomplishments. He was two-time AAC Coach of the Year, two-time AAC Tournament Champion, two-time AAC regular season title, 10 out of his 25 years, 10 trips to the NCAA tournament. So like you're looking at someone who has a knowledge of basketball. And now, don't get me wrong. Do I watch USF basketball? Could I tell you his style of play and whatever? No, of course I can't. But I think potentially a good hire because Chris Coughlins or whatever his name was, like it's kind of seemed like they needed an adult in the room there, where that coach didn't get a lot of respect from the players. It seemed like we pointed out the videos like 2 weeks in the season. I remember some people were just like, "How can we yell at Dallas's coach but not our coach?" We never really saw anyone like going off on Coach Mez, right?
Yeah,
Like
we've only heard
Marina
players
does her
talk
normal.
good.
Yeah, Marina did her normal, all season long yelling, but not like at him being, undermining what he was saying. Or we saw highlights of him drawing up a play and the players just being like, "What are you talking about?" So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, you have Paige and you've got the number one pick, so it's a nice little foundation to walk into. And presumably, the preseason rankings, that's Lauren Betts. So if you have your point guard and you have your center, or your shooting guard in your center, like you're in a pretty good place. Shifting thoughts to, I know I mentioned Sandy Brondello. Like we knew she was going to get picked up by somewhere,
Yeah.
right? Like there was no way she was going to, not not be coaching in the W um, in this season. Sorry, my page unexpectedly closed on me. So the Toronto Tempo, they are the ones that pulled the trigger. I think it's a great landing spot. You have a coach again with a lot of pedigree in the league, and she gets to kind of build the roster how she seems fit with the GM for her style of play. So as a coach, it's kind of like your dream. It's almost like for a comparison is like coaching on the high school level, and you're at a private school, so you can kind of watch you if it's your first year, you can kind of know the kids who are in the leagues before that season, and you can just like have conversations and be like, "Hey, I'm a coach at St. Joe's High School, or Notre Dame West Haven, or one of those conversations," and you can just kind of, "Hey, I like how you play. You'd be a star player for me, and come on down." And obviously we need to know the rules and stuff, but I think with her as a head coach, I think there could be a lot of free agents that now find the Tempo a very interesting landing spot. Free agents and international players coming over.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what Portland's um
Toronto.
no, Portland's like what their idea for coaches, what they're looking for, what their I
So
don't know
I
what
can't
the
remember
word
if
I'm
we
looking
talked about
for
it.
is, what their idea for a coach is, what they're gonna do. But I don't know why they didn't hop on Sandy Brondello. I don't know if Toronto beat them to her. I don't know if they even wanted her. I don't know
Well,
why they wouldn't want her.
it was
But
that weird
good for Toronto.
situation. It was that weird situation with Portland. Like they announced Alex Sarama as head coach, but then they like took it
They pulled
down.
it back. Yeah.
So it was like, is that still a thing? Is that like it was a leak and it wasn't supposed to? Like, I haven't heard anything additional on that since I think it was 10/14 when that like announcement like came out. So,
Yeah, 10 days without that getting announced again seems like that's not real.
and it's kind of interesting too. Like, I mean, we're coming close to that doomsday clock. I think you want to have like your coach in order before the CBA locks out. So I don't know if that's just
Yeah.
if there's been anything more, but I haven't personally seen.
Yeah, I can't say that I've been locked in to the Portland. But
Yeah, because it just says leaks, nothing, nothing additional. So maybe that is going to be their head coach, and that's it.
Chauncey Billups ends up out of jail. He could use it. He could get a job.
I wouldn't bet on that one, Alex.
Yeah, it says on Friday, Portland Fire announced the hiring of Alex Samara as their head coach on the 17th. But is that real?
It must be at this point. So does that mean all the coaches are been hired? I don't think we have any more.
Jesus Christ, ads. Why won't you stop? Thank you. Jesus. I guess he's hired. There's an article. All right, what a quiet leak and then hire.
Oh, you know who still hasn't hired their coach? There's two.
New York.
New York is one. They still haven't replaced Sandy, and you know the other one.
Yeah, Seattle.
Yes. So that's interesting that we still got two. Interested to see what their game plans are. Those are two pretty.
I don't even
big
see it like Alex Samara. Like, there's no like Wikipedia page or. Can you find? Oh no, here it is. I got it.
Yep, British-born basketball coach and player development specialist.
Yeah, he's a head coach.
Yep, and he's coached with London Lions, NBA, EMEA, Paris basketball, and he's been an
a
assistant
very
coach
low
with
key
Cavaliers.
hire. He was Rip City Remix employee or coach or something. So that's where they knew him.
Yep.
So he must have been impressed there.
So teams left, Seattle and New York, and I couldn't give you a single name for a candidate. So we'll see what both of them decide to do.
Yeah, I would assume it has to come from college or assistants or.
Well, the thing too with the college, like they're about to start in a couple of weeks. So for him to take this job, that team transfer portal, everything, those players can get out of there. Like
that's true
with the new transfer rules, but that's not related to the WNBA at all. It's just I'm always interested in that kind of stuff.
That's true. If Luke Murray wasn't locked up at UConn and like next in line, and if Hurley wasn't like gonna run out of steam in the next like 7 years, I would say he should get a head coaching job literally in any basketball team.
It's normally what happens. Coach K going back to Duke, you had Steve Wojnarowski, who was like in line to be the Duke coach, but then Coach K was like, "I'm gonna coach for 10 more years. Go be a head coach somewhere else."
Yeah, but like he's getting
happens.
paid a shit ton, I think, like to stay, and he made up the offense at UConn, and he's bringing Bill Murray to UConn games, which is fucking sick. But yeah, so yeah, I couldn't think of a single fucking women's head coach that is gonna make the jump.
Well, it's like surprising.
Just
Dawn
top
Staley, if she ever wants to make the jump, like
she got an interview with the Knicks and then shit talked them because they didn't hire her. I doubt she's gonna go to the W,
right?
Unless she's gonna coach Asia,
or you get a retired player.
I mean, Lisa Leslie. Are they gonna hire Lisa Leslie? I feel like they would have already.
No, I feel like she's more like front office than coach. She feels more front office.
I know, but wasn't she tried to?
I can't remember.
and they wouldn't give her a job, and people were like, "Why wouldn't she?" Even though she has no experience. I don't know. And then they hired Copeland's or whatever.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe there was something with that.
It was either him or the 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 Sky coach, whoever has less experience. I think it's Copeland's.
Yeah.
But yeah. What else can we talk about before we play some games?
Oh,
This is the drive time hour, the lunch hour.
yeah,
We're
right.
recording at 12:30 on your Joe's lunch hour.
Yeah, this is a little lunchtime break. Yeah, I know. We were trying to look up a whole bunch of things going on. There really hasn't been any like huge news or move pieces. We saw a couple quotes with uh just both sides of the Players Association and uh Kathy Engelbert, like that they're not even close. Adam Silver started getting involved, where he was like, "Oh, there's going to be such an influx of money," da da da. But like, we really haven't seen anything. Yeah, I know. It's just a dry spell. I think everyone's really just holding their breath until October 31st when the CBA finally expires, and I think we're heading for a lockout. I don't. Who knows how long it'll be, but like we're definitely heading for a couple months of negotiation here at the end of the year.
Yeah. All right. Let's play a game or two of connections. Um, I'll save the third one for next week. And then if we have time, we'll play one more round of Who Am I to close it out.
Okay.
Uh, so connections, for anyone who doesn't know, at least this is how I did it. There's, I guess, a few different ways to do it. I'll put it up. I have a list with pictures um, for for you all to see. I'm trying to find where I just did it. Okay, here are both of them. All right, there's one and there's two. All right, I'll put it on the screen. It's just in alphabetical order to start. There will be three. So there's an overall theme. Say it won't be this, but say it's jersey numbers would be the overall theme, and then like the three subgroups would be like people with the jersey number 10, and it would be like Eli Manning, Lionel Messi, and then somebody else with jersey number 10. I don't know, and then like 11, Jalen Brunson, somebody else. Um, so yeah, that's how it'll work. All right, here's the first one.
We'll see. We were talking before. I'm always hit or miss when it comes to these. I play the New York Times one every morning. So this will be either sitting here for 30 minutes. You guys get to watch my blank face, or
Yeah, talk it out what you're thinking.
yeah, I'll think aloud. You guys can enter my brain space and see how it works up
This
here.
one I think is the easier one. So let's see if I can present. Let's open that screen. Share screen, right? Nope, that's the wrong button. Nope, I just clicked the same thing twice. Share screen, window. There you go.
Ooh, we got names.
So we're going to use a lot of WNBA players throughout these connections, but we're going to also use a bunch of celebrities and mostly athletes, but I threw celebrities in for this first one. I think the other two are all athletes. I didn't make a graphic for the third one yet. I'll do it for the next week, but I have
Okay.
the first two.
All right. So for the people
Third,
listening,
the third one was the hardest one. It might actually be easiest by like topic, but like it has a fourth category, so I did it as hardest.
okay. So for the people
Do that
listening,
next week.
we have Danny Ainge, Aaliyah Boston, Cameron Brink, John Cena, Jacoby Ellsbury, John Bon Jovi, Marina Mabrey, Anthony Volpe, and Mark Wahlberg. So right away, there's a Boston theme in some capacity.
All right, with who? With who? Who you got?
So my first ones would be going Mark Wahlberg,
Okay.
John Cena,
Okay.
Danny Ainge.
Okay.
And is it a group of 3 or a group of 4?
They're 3 of 3s. It's 9
3
people.
groups of 3. Okay. So I'm confident with Wahlberg and Cena. Now, part of me is like, okay, Leah Boston, but like, is that just a curveball? Because that would be a very good curveball. Danny Ainge was the GM for the Celtics for a while, but I'm pretty sure he also played point guard for them. Jacoby Ellsbury played in Boston as well, but
I
then
gotta
he
grab my notebook. Hold on.
became a Yankee. Mabry, Brink, and Boston. What did they have in common? So I would say my first connection, because am I allowed to research here?
Ooh.
Or is it more fun if I don't research?
Yeah, it's more fun if you don't.
All right. So my first one then is going to be Mark Wahlberg, John Cena, and John Bon Jovi, and they are all from Boston.
So you're guessing Cena. Who is it? Cena,
Cena,
Wahlberg,
Wahlberg,
Bon Jovi
and Bon Jovi
from Boston.
from Boston.
Okay.
From Boston, or whatever that commercial was.
Yeah, your cousin from Boston. All right. What would your second grouping be?
Oh, we're gonna do it like that. Okay. So my second grouping. My second
I gotta figure
grouping.
out how to tell you what's right and what's wrong at the end once I know.
Well, I feel like because how you played on like the New York Times one is you guess the 3 and then you tell me if all 3 are right or if like one's wrong or 2 is wrong, and then you can swap from there.
At a time?
Yeah, so it's like the group of 3 that I guess, you tell me 1, 2, or 3 with like how many I have right.
Okay, I'll do that, but guess all 3 groupings at once, and then I'll tell you each what's wrong. I just
That's
want to see what you guess.
that's harder.
I know. I'm better than the New York Times, bitch.
All right, so then we have Brink, Ainge,
It might help you get there faster though if you are narrowing it down. Then you might be like, "Oh wait, none of these make sense," and then
right,
rewind it.
Volpe,
But I
Ellsbury.
will say you're not making sense with any of these.
All right, I'm gonna go Aaliyah Boston,
Okay.
Anthony Volpe,
Okay.
and Jacoby Ellsbury. And my grouping for them is that one name is a vowel and the other name is a consonant. Like their first name's a vowel or their last name's a vowel, and then the other one's a consonant.
Okay. So I'm gonna re-explain how I did it. All 3 groupings are gonna be this. It's gonna be like the whole.
Oh,
So,
like a theme.
yeah. So like if they're from Boston, the other
Then it's a
grouping is gonna be
theme.
from like New York or
Yep.
yeah,
Oh, okay. All right,
yeah.
then I'll
That would be way too hard.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm
All
not better than the New York Times, Joe.
right.
So if you're sticking with Boston,
Yeah.
stay on that track.
Yep. All right. Mabry is Notre Dame, College, Brink, West Coast. Boston was South Carolina. So colleges, that doesn't make sense for them. I mean, Volpe and Ellsbury are 2 people who played for the Yankees. Ellsbury played for Boston as well.
Who did Wahlberg and Bon Jovi play for?
They've played all over the world.
It's true.
So my next grouping then would probably be Ellsbury, Ainge. And we'll say Mabry.
Okay.
Which then leaves me with Boston, Brink, and Volpe.
You said Ellsbury, Ainge, and Mabry?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the reasoning?
I think they all played in Boston at some point.
Okay.
Meaning Mabry played a game in Boston. Again, I'm not confident with these last two. And then Boston, Brink, and Volpe would be the last one, and they're just because they're left. I'm not expecting to get this on the first go.
Boston, Brink, Volpe just punting.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I give you 2 out of 3, should I tell you who the 2 are? Do you want to know? I'll let you decide. Or should I just say you got 2 out of 3 on this one?
For the first round, yeah.
Tell you who the 2 are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we'll challenge on the second one.
All right. All right. So for your first, your first grouping is Cena, Wahlberg, and Bon Jovi. Keep Cena and Wahlberg, and your reasoning is sort of on the right track. You're close. You're close. Your second grouping, Ellsbury and Ainge are correct. But your reasoning is not even close. And then your third, like you technically got one, I guess. None of them are paired.
No, so don't tell me that. If I only
yeah,
got one,
I won't tell you who it is, but like you
but
accidentally
one,
got one,
yes.
obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you didn't give a reason.
All right.
So for 2, you have Cena and Wahlberg and an Ellsbury and Ainge.
So then what I'm gonna do is move Bon Jovi with Boston and Brink. So wait, no, that's a bad way to do it. So it's gonna be Cena, Wahlberg, and Mabry. Then it's going to be Ellsbury, Ainge, and Volpe. And then it's going to be Boston, Brink, and Bon Jovi.
All right, so say it one more time and then give the reasons.
So Cena, Wahlberg, and Mabry. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe Mabry's from the Boston area or grew up in Boston or...
So I told you from Boston is wrong, though. So if you want to
Oh,
give
you did. You just,
I said you're on. I said it's close, but it's wrong.
They have ties to Boston.
I mean, what is just like a very like other way of like just like not saying it like that, but like being close without being that almost specific, without giving it away.
I mean, like Mark Wahlberg, everything he does is like a Boston cop or...
Yeah, just get off Wahlberg. Like,
Cena's like Newbury, Mass. I remember that always being the thing.
Okay. You literally put your brain together right there.
Like,
what is the difference between those two?
Where they were born.
And what was your guess before?
That they're from Boston.
Yes, and what did you just say about John Cena?
That he's from Newbury, Mass. So I'm saying grew up in Massachusetts.
There you go. Is that
Ties
your final?
ties meaning grew up in. Yeah.
So they're not from Boston. They're from.
From Massachusetts.
There you go. All right. So you're saying Cena, Wahlberg, and Mabry, and then you're
Yes.
saying the reason is from Massachusetts.
Grew up in
Okay.
Massachusetts.
All right, and then Ellsbury, Ainge, and who?
Volpe,
Okay, and then you're
just
saying
that they played in Boston. I don't know. I'm sticking with that one.
okay.
Or they
I
have
told you that was wrong though.
ties to New York and Boston.
Ties in okay.
And then Boston Brink and Bon Jovi are because their names are all with B.
I feel like once you got that first one, you should be able to lock in. But you third one on this third round. But we'll go over it in a sec. Names with B. All right. So Cena and Wahlberg are still correct. Mabry is incorrect. The reason from Massachusetts is correct.
So it's just figuring out who else is from Massachusetts.
Ellsbury and Ainge are correct. Volpe is incorrect. Played in New York and Boston is incorrect. Boston, Brink, and Bon Jovi are still two incorrect. And names with B is very, very incorrect. Both of those reasonings were actually very incorrect. But you're right on the map with from Massachusetts. There you go. I'm a little disappointed that you don't know more about Marina Mabry and Anthony Volpe. That you should lock in on a little bit for round 3. That I'll
Well,
tell you.
I know
Focus on.
Volpe is from New York, is Long Island.
All right, I'll tell you to lock in a little more.
Like
I
they're
think Marina Mabry and Anthony Volpe, I'll just tell you to lock in there. And if you can know anything about Bon Jovi,
We'd be living
then
on a prayer if I knew anything about Bon
then you
Jovi.
could get any of the groups, I would assume. Or actually, no, I would not Bon Jovi. Sorry, Brink, maybe. If you knew your girl Brink, I would think maybe you could get a group.
I know she went to Stanford.
I wouldn't assume you would know anything about Bon Jovi. Now that I remember more about you, you would
Feels
know more
very
about
out of
it.
left field. So okay, so
But like
Cena.
where Bon Jovi's from is pretty known. Or where I mean not where he's from, where he's about, what he's about, or what he is known, what he does, things about him.
Okay, so Cena Wahlberg, and we're gonna add Boston to that. So Cena Wahlberg in Boston. Then Ellsbury, Ainge, and we're gonna go Brink there. And then that would leave us with Mabry, Volpe, and Bon Jovi. And the reason would be that Cena Wahlberg and Aaliyah Boston are from the Massachusetts state. Ellsbury, Danny Ainge, and Brink all tore their ACLs. And Boston, and then Mabry, Volpe, and Bon Jovi are from New York. Even though the second one is not about location either, but
Okay, yeah, I just use your brain and try to just at least think of a location.
they're from the West Coast.
Yeah, lock in. Just pick one.
California.
All right. Close. They're from Oregon. I can't let you pick ACL tears when you know it's a map location.
I
But
also
you
know
got it. You got all three. But no. Bon Jovi, Marina, and Volpe are from New Jersey.
New Jersey. Oh yeah, it's New Jersey, not New York. I
But
actually
you did all right. I kind of had to carry you there at the end, but it's the first round of my connections. not the New York Times, so you get a slight pass, but you did pretty well. I hope it wasn't any visual things, but I hope the pictures and the names up there were nice. You ready for
I
round two?
literally just couldn't like register that the whole theme was locations as I was doing
I
it.
thought that would be easier. Like if I went like 3 completely out of nowhere, I thought you'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
That's how I do connections. So that's
I know.
why I was
I
like,
tried to with the jersey number thing. I tried to like explain like if I did
right.
10 and 11
No,
and
you did a really good job explaining it.
sorry,
This
yeah.
one's more on me.
Okay.
Yeah, without a doubt on me.
Well, you got all 3 groupings at least. So you win
So,
that.
Massachusetts,
Yeah, it was Mass,
Jersey,
Oregon, and
Oregon.
Jersey.
Cool. It's good to know. Fun facts.
Yeah, you can tell the wife where Brink's from tonight.
How'd you guys do? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, Bon Jovi, Jersey legend.
Really?
Yeah, he owned actually he owned the I think it was the Philadelphia or the Jersey, one of those arena football teams.
Oh, yeah, it was Philly he owned.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like the best team.
And he's a fucking not a Giants fan or a Jets fan. He's a fucking Patriots fan because he's Kraft's butt buddy.
Uh,
What a bum. All right, round 2, you ready?
mental reset, mental reset. Let's do it.
How do I get this off? Oh, stop sharing. Here we go.
All right, so in this one we have Dejanay Carrington, Sidney Crosby, Antonio Gates, Manu Ginobili, Becky Hammon, Bryce Harper, Jeremy Lin, Mike Piazza, and Asia Wilson. Dun dun dun. So right off the bat, I'm gonna go Sidney Crosby.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Bryce Harper,
Okay.
and I'm going to go Asia Wilson.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that all 3 of them have won MVP or equivalent awards. I don't know what they call it in hockey.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
still MVP.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a name, but it's the MVP.
Mm-hmm. Then I'm going to go Becky Hammon,
Okay.
Mike Piazza,
Okay.
and ooh. All right, so we're not getting this on the first try. We're gonna go with Antonio Gates.
Okay.
And then that leaves me with Manu, Lynn, and who am I missing? Dejanay. And I'm going to say because if I'm going for titles, Dejanay hasn't won a title. Manu and Jeremy Lin have both won titles before. Some kind of award. I mean, it's not right, but I'm just going to say 6-man awards or most improved. Excuse me, the most improved award.
For Manu, Lynn, and Carrington.
Yeah, they've all won most improved.
Okay.
That would be initial thoughts.
And then what's the Hammond Piazza Gates?
Hall of Famers.
Okay. All checks out. What do you want me to tell you on this round? Do you want to keep it the same, or do you want to
I
increase it?
don't I don't want to know which ones are wrong. I just want to know the numbers.
Okay. Um. Okay. So the first grouping, you said Crosby, Harper, Wilson, and they all are MVPs. You got the entire group correct. The reasoning is incorrect.
Okay, so we need a new reasoning for that one. Got it.
Um, Ham and Piazza Gates. You got. I guess it doesn't matter what order I put them in or what order you put them in, right?
No.
You got 2 of the 3.
Okay.
And the reasoning's wrong.
So 2 of 3 and the reasoning. Okay.
And then Manu Lynn Carrington. You got 2 of the 3. Wait, did I say 2 of the 3 wrong for Ham and Piazza Gates?
No, you said 2 of the 3 correct.
Okay, yeah. And then you got 2 of the 3 correct for the other one, actually. I thought you got one wrong. Wait. Carrington, Manu Lynn, right?
Carrington, Manu, Lynn. Yeah, so
Oh,
that
yeah,
means
you got 2. Yeah, you got
switch.
2 of the 3 right.
I
For
need
both.
to switch one person with each
Yeah.
other, and
Yeah,
that's
that
the
makes sense.
reasoning. All right, so round 2, Crosby, Harper, and
And then
Asia.
the reasoning was wrong for all of them.
Yep.
Okay.
So I was looking for the theme. It's not awards. Bryce and Sydney didn't really play college, so that's not a thing. Asia Wilson's a lefty. Bryce is a lefty. Is Sidney Crosby left-handed?
A lot of hockey players are. But there's 3 categories, so what would the third one be? Ambidextrous?
Yeah. Switch hitters.
I mean,
I mean, it's
yes.
only Mike Piazza, but
There's a football player in there.
no, I know.
It'd be hard to know what a tight end is, lefty or right.
So we're looking for a common theme between those 3. I mean, I'm trying to think like I know Antonio Gates played basketball in college. Did Mike Piazza play basketball in college? Because Manu Ginobili did not play in college. Jeremy Lin did not play in college. DJ, Becky, and Antonio Gates would have played basketball.
What's your strategy right now to try to figure out what the switch is between the other 2?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the switch, and then that would maybe trigger the
I feel like you should hone in on what the thing is for the first grouping.
Well,
I think once you figure that out, you'll figure out the connection, and then you'll figure out the switch. I don't know. I thought you had it off the bat.
it felt pretty good off the bat, not gonna lie. Just because of how those 3 players are. But if you're saying it's not because of MVPs, I mean,
I thought it became more obvious once you realized it wasn't MVP. I thought you had a backup.
I mean, the only other thing that I would say for those three is that they were all rookies of the year. Because I'm sure Sidney Crosby was. I'm like 95% sure Bryce Harper was.
And
And
I'm sure
Asia was.
there's a lot of things these players had in common. They're all like goats.
Well, Bryce hasn't won a championship.
Well, they all did something at one point.
It's not like Harper holds any records.
No. They all did something. Even before they could achieve anything. They all had to be born at some time.
How are we going? Ages?
No. No, it wasn't that obvious of a clue.
Were they all number one draft picks?
I can't. You can't lock it in anything until you go to the second round.
I've got it. I've got it. So Jeremy Lin, Antonio Gates, and Mike Piazza were all undrafted. Dejanay Carrington, Manu Ginobili, and Becky Hammond were second round picks. And Sidney Crosby, Bryce Harper, and Asia Wilson were number one picks.
All right, so Crosby, Harper, Wilson, number one picks. Piazza, Gates, and who?
Lin.
Lin were undrafted?
Undrafted. Which I don't feel confident about.
And then
Manu, Dejanay, and Becky were all second round picks. And I apologize, Becky Hammond, if you were just like a top 2 pick in your life.
Carrington.
But I know Manu was a second round pick. And I could be lying about that too. But
all right, so Crosby, Harper, Wilson is still correct. Number one picks is correct. Piazza, Gates, and Lin is still 2 correct.
Mm.
And your reasoning for undrafted is correct.
So sorry. So it was the undrafted was. I have 2 right.
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah. You have 2 right for undrafteds. Undrafted steals was technically the category, and yeah, you got 2 correct in that one.
And who were my 3? I said sorry.
Piazza, Gates, and Lin.
And one of those is still wrong. Okay.
And then second round, or sorry, you said Manu, Carrington, and Hammond for second round. And that's 2 right, and the reasoning's wrong.
And the reasoning's wrong.
It's close. It's very close. But can't be correct once you figure out the switch.
So I gotta think Piazza was drafted. So I'm gonna switch him out. I mean, I know Jeremy Lin wasn't drafted, and I know Antonio Gates wasn't drafted. Like Antonio Gates is like a Hall of Famer who wasn't drafted, and it's like a crazy thing.
I think you're almost ready to lock it in.
Was Becky not drafted? I'm gonna go Becky. So Becky, Lin, and Gates were undrafted.
So switch Hammond and Piazza?
Switch Hammond and Piazza.
Okay.
So then that leaves me with Manu, Dijonay, and Piazza. It's not like Dijonay is international. Because Manu and Piazza's
Like I said, you had it very close. And then think about the switch and what you just changed the category to.
Well, it's undrafted steals. So it's first round picks, undrafted steals.
And not second round.
So not second round.
Like you had to go from Boston to Massachusetts. Just tweak it.
Not drafted in the first round.
Another way to say it. Basically. What's beyond the second round? What would you describe that as?
Third round, fourth round.
Yeah, like late round picks.
Late round picks. Yeah.
Late round steals.
Sure.
Yeah, like steals of the draft.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Piazza was picked with like the 17,000th and like 900 pick.
I couldn't remember
the last pick because he was like drafted as a favor to like the GM.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if he was drafted or not. That was one that was bugging me. Becky Hammond not being drafted blows my mind.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, where's college and stuff?
That was fun. I thought you were going to nail it out of the gate once you figured out the first round picks.
I know. I was trying to
I thought once you figure out the first three, like right off the bat, I was like, oh, he knows their first overalls.
I had a feeling that it had to be something like that, where it was like something to do with like if it wasn't MVPs, it was draft. Played in Colorado State, where she averaged at Colorado State 19 points a game, 22 points a game, 23.5 points a game, and 23 points a game.
And couldn't get drafted.
And she was an All-American.
The draft was probably like one round.
No, I know, but still.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What a time.
Yeah, look at her now.
Go crazy. No, that was good. That was very well thought. I could never do that for you. I'm sorry that I'm not creative, but that was very well thought out.
It was fun.
Yeah, let us know if you guys played along, if you were able to get it faster than me, and calling me an idiot, or if you guys struggled as well.
But, yeah, if we got stumped.
And then as we look into the next couple of weeks here, I mean, next week, if you guys tune in, Alex will be in his Caitlin Clark Halloween costume. So looking forward to that.
I don't even, what would that even be? Her jersey and a ponytail?
Yep, and then you'd hold like 2 milks with you or something, so you could be Tres Leches.
Sticking out my tongue and yelling at an official. You could be a blind referee, and I'll start yelling at you.
Yeah, I think hopefully we'll have a little more clarity next week, because I think we'll probably be recording on the 30th, if not like November 1st or something. Maybe, I don't know, earlier, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of have an idea whether the lockout is here, and then we can start getting into shenanigans about, what the players actually want. Maybe we do that as like a little tidbit, like what the players are looking for, what the league is looking for, and do that. And then, we've been talking about it for, I think, 2 episodes now. We still have to do all of our preseason reviews, maybe on another slow day. If the lockout doesn't happen,
Yeah, the 31st is when it'll happen. So hopefully by the 30th, we know something.
Yeah, hopefully there's movement. We'll see. I know there's a lot of people working hard trying to make it happen. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. All right. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, everybody.